Hello everyone, my name is Araash Chothia and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the types of baseboards and to give you a little bit of introduction on what styles of baseboards there are, what types of baseboards, what materials of baseboards there are, and we'll go from there. So these are some common styles of baseboards. We have colonial style, we have bevel style, we have flat stock, we have two-step. So these are some common styles of baseboards that we'll see around the houses. There's some other styles like Victorian, other styles like that. There's quarter round, there's some shoe molding. That's not a part of the baseboards. Many people think that the quarter round and shoe moldings are parts of baseboards, but they're not. They're another extra piece. We won't be talking so much about that, but in short, shoe molding is the new quarter round. It's a more sleek looking quarter round. Nowadays, we don't use that unless we're matching the old quarter round. So why should you care? So these are must knows for remodeling your houses. It's very important for first time home buyers. It's very important for anyone that really owns a house and has a say in what they're going to do in the renos. And it's very important because a lot of the times contractors will put something that's very cheap and just because they want the job done quickly and they want to cut corners. So we have to make sure that we know what baseboards are best for certain situations and what have you. So these are the two main types of baseboards. There's wood, there's MDF. Wood can come in finger jointed pine, poplar. Those are the two most common styles of wood. More or less, the woods are similar. Poplar is a little bit more expensive, but finger jointed pine does the job just as well. MDF here is right now I'm going for $1.89 at the recording of this video. So you can see the price difference is pretty big, but the reason that wood is more expensive mainly is because of the moisture resistance and how it handles water. So remember in MDF, the water will bubble. The MDF will bubble, the baseboards will bubble, that sort of thing. So you want to be careful not to put MDF in places like washrooms, bathrooms, kitchens, that sort of thing, where we see a lot of water spillage. Like if you go in the shower, you're going to open the shower and water will spill every single day on the baseboards, and that could have a lot of bad effects if it's MDF. So if you see your contractor putting MDF in your washroom, you want to tell them about that. So if you're putting anywhere near water, I definitely recommend putting wood. Don't cheapen out on this because mold can start building on MDF. And you don't want to remove that later on. You don't want to spend it again and put wood and figure out, it was the better option in the first place because, no one, you didn't have the knowledge to know that. So yeah, so wood is moisture resistant. They're both very durable. So wood is easier to, MDF is easier to work with. Wood is not as easy. The seams are not, they're not as smooth as with the MDF. That's why a lot of builders prefer it. Not only is it cheaper, but the MDF is easier to work with, easier to cut, easier to bend. So when there's a sweeping stair, you want to put MDF baseboard because it's easier to bend. But in strength wise, durability, moisture resistance, definitely wood is the better option. So let's recap what we learned. We've learned about the styles of baseboard, common styles, colonial, bevel, flat stock. What style of baseboard do you guys have? Make sure to comment. I want to see if you have one of these styles. If you don't have, you can comment other. The types of baseboards, wood and MDF, they both can look exactly the same. Colonial style comes in wood and MDF, but the quality can make a big difference when depending on where it's going. So why it's important to make informed decisions is key to buying trim. So thanks for listening to my presentation. That was my presentation. I hope you learned something. These are my reference pages. And yeah, thank you for listening.